Warning, it is the opinion of the Forestry Productions LLC and the Working Perspectives podcast that we should inform you that some of the language used in this recording could possibly be considered offensive. You have been warned, so if you decide to listen to the recording, then don't complain about the language. Hi, hello, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to talk to some real people about some real things, live real lives, doing real stuff. This is the Working Perspectives podcast. I'm Matty Lavelle, accompanied today by jdub, Justin Richardson, the Heartstopper, Jana, Hehlo, and our special guest today is the one and only Sean McGady. In case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can have us on Instagram, Working Perspectives Podcast, and you can join us on the Twitter and the TikTok, the Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workperspectives@gmail.com, and please like and subscribe so we can keep this party going. Jalen Dub, how we doing, bebe?
I'm doing good. Just good.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Great. Janae, Mom Baby, how you doing?
I'm banging.
Damn right. You got your
I get it. I like it.
Yep, for those listening, Jana's got bangs, and she's banging. That's for sure. Well, speaking of banging, this is the Working Perspectives podcast. Let's get this thing started. Let's go.
It's our objective to be effective by voicing societies. Working perspective, exploring your day and how you get paid. Launching a new episode every Tuesday. Your day can transform while we inform with new episodes available on every platform. So check out our line and how we get live. Then do us a solid. Share and subscribe. We're just sharing. We're just sharing. We're just sharing. Working perspectives.
All right, let me tell you.
Back it up, thanks,
Oh
yo.
my God, Justin, that is wretched. Holy smokes!
Justin, that's disgusting.
Yeah,
What?
you buy any 12-year-old Vietnamese boys lately? You fucking
yes,
creep.
that's what you look
Jesus
Like my
Christ!
like. No,
Don't
Wow.
no, you are not bangable. Mm-mm.
no, that was bad. Justin.
No. Absolutely not. Jeez, don't show that to Veronica. Otherwise,
Yes,
she
please
will.
don't.
She will
I've grown
do
my
what
hair out
she have done years
Past my
ago.
chin before.
That's fine, but just don't have those creepy, greasy bangs.
Yeah,
I know.
bro.
They are very greasy. I'm a
Yeah.
greasy boy.
Yeah, apparently you are. All right. Yep. Well, you don't wash your face. Maybe that's the secret. So either way, speaking of not washing your face, our guest today is the one and only Sean McGady. Big fan of this guy. I'll tell you this. I've been working at Graham's, for a while. And he was one of the guys where he would come in and be like, you know what, this fucking guy, I like this fucking guy. You know what I mean? So super excited when he agreed to be a guest on the show. Really happy he's here. We got a lot to get into, so I want to get started right away. So, Sean, thanks for coming on. And I'd like to ask, before we get started, what movie do you think is better? The Godfather Part 1 or The Godfather Part 2?
That is an awesome question to start off with. The Godfathers in general, that's my brother's favorite movie. So if he listens to this, I feel like the pressure's on real hot. Like I got to answer this how my brother would want me to.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go Part 2.
Yeah, you're right. You're going Part 2. Part 2 needed a fucking win. Let me tell you. Because we have not won. It's 50-50 that the guests of the show actually have seen both those movies.
True.
And two, it's, even if they have, I mean, if it's, what it really is, it's someone that's really seen the movies and really taken them in will always say 2. But for people that, I saw them a while ago or, don't know, they'll say 1. That's really what
true.
it is.
That's
really
true.
what it is. The
We
educated
had
viewer
those-
says 2.
We had those on VHS and
Yeah.
they were just like on at our house Like, and I remember like 10 years old, and it was just like, it was assumed that I would know like the parts not to look at as a 10-year-old. Like, all right, they're going to get some naked parts. All right, Sean, look away for this. All right,
Yeah.
now we're back. So
Don't look at
yeah, we watched those at an
Apollonia's
early
gravy
age in our
tips.
house.
Oh, same. Do you remember the cassettes where it was the double cassette?
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Oh my God. We had those too. Man, I'll tell you. Yeah. Shout out Apollonia. Woo. Yeah. That was a good looking Italian. Let me tell you.
Scarface was double disc. Titanic was double disc.
I was gonna say I think we
Braveheart.
had Titanic too.
Braveheart was double disc.
Braveheart was a big time double disc. Dude, I'll tell you, here's something. Never seen Titanic all the way through. I watched the beginning of it one time, like when it first came out, but I've never seen the whole thing. There
Now you can watch it on one DVD. So you
Whoa.
save yourself some time there.
Probably
Watch it
streaming
on
somewhere.
TBS for 5.5 hours.
Yes. Oh yeah. Starts at 2 o'clock and ends at 9.
Yeah. Do you remember that though? Like I remember Sunday, like outside of football season, Sundays there was like never anything on TV during the day, like when it wasn't football season. And then it would be like you would catch something on like TBS and it'd be like the middle of like Stripes or something, and you're like, well, we're watching this fucking, you know what I mean? You know, I don't know. Crazy. But yeah, so, well, way to answer question number 1 correctly, Sean. Very good. We're moving on to question number 2. When it comes to Cheetos, are you crunchy or are you puff?
I go puff.
Wow.
But crunchy is like a close second.
Wow.
Yeah.
Both good.
Dude,
It's a tough one. It's a tough one
I feel
for
like
real.
puff is more like you're having a party. Like you get the puff bag for like a big group of people. If you're at Wawa, you go crunchy, like the single bag. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
I like that thinking.
Yeah.
Puff
You do.
for the
I
people.
will say puff is more of a party. It's more of a party Cheeto. Puff is the party Cheeto.
Guys, I got cheese balls from the dollar store the other day, like a gigantic bag of cheese balls.
Yeah.
I fucking rocked that shit. They were so cheesy. It was so good. And then I was like, damn, am I going back to puff? And I was like, nah, I'm not.
Let's have these mini 99
God
cent
fucking
bags
damn it, Justin. What did you just
of
say?
cheese balls, yo, and they're banging. They have them at Wawa now.
What brand
Called
is this?
Poppables. Utz Poppables, yo.
Jesus fucking Christ. It's
Utz.
Utz. It is Utz. You
Correct
cock-smoking ass
German
pirate.
pronunciation.
Oh,
I don't know what I call it.
Yeah, let me tell me how Germany was the last time you were there. All right, you ass bag. You have no idea what you're talking about.
That's the way they say it in Mozambique.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Utz or go fuck your mother. Okay.
Utz.
Son of a bitch.
Oh,
All right,
guys.
we'll keep it moving. Oh, don't even get me fucking started. All right, you're already in hot water with your bullshit. Okay, with your jerking off to Reddit and not real porn.
Jesus.
Okay, we're not getting into
Don't
this.
be judged.
Yeah, all right. So let's keep it moving. I'm gonna save the hot and heavy stuff. Next question: pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes all the way.
Correct.
Wow,
Good
dude.
one.
I will say this: that the Puffissance is still alive. Like it is baffling
When
how
we
many.
first introduced this question, the people didn't want to embrace the puffs. They were afraid.
No one!
And then they had to see somebody as a leader take charge and be like, I'm not afraid to be a lone puff boy. And for 50 episodes, no one said puff. And now all of a sudden,
It's Puff Mania.
cheap
Puff Daddy.
Yeah,
I think he was named after them, right?
yeah. How
He
about it?
was. Yeah.
He did. He run the city. Show no pity. That's how it goes. Yeah, Justin. I will say, yeah, probably your first 50 episodes, Justin. No one said Puff. And then, do you remember the first Puff boy besides you?
Mickey Bats.
The one and only Mickey Bats, fan of the show, listener of the show. So, all right, you said pancake. Fine, we'll keep it moving. Next question. What comes after pancake?
You didn't do
I know I'm saving the heavy ones for later. There was one between
Water park.
water park or amusement park.
That's like I feel like most amusement parks have a water park in them now.
Right.
Yes,
I'll
but
go amusement park.
which way do you go?
I go amusement.
Yeah, you do. You like staying dry.
Mhm.
You like being there all night. It's nice. I agree with you.
Same.
Fireworks, maybe
My-
some cotton
this-
candy.
Nice hoodie.
This sounds dumb, but like my parents had a pool growing up, so like I did water a lot. So like,
Right.
you know, I don't have a roller coaster in my backyard.
Yeah, you're over it.
Oh,
Yeah,
lame.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Whore.
Stupid parents. Yeah.
All right, very good. Love that answer. Okay, now we're getting to the hot and heavy stuff. Okay,
Hot and heavy. I'm in.
hot and heavy. So, Beatles or Stones?
So growing up, my dad was the biggest Stones fan, and my mom was the biggest Beatles fan.
Oh,
I
that's
I go
fun.
Stones all the way.
Man,
Stones all the way. Like
Stones all
my
the
mom
way.
probably for like 8 months of the year only had the Beatles CD in her car, and then the other 4 months was Christmas music because she was a crazy person who listened to Christmas music in like September. Whereas my dad has my dad has every Rolling Stones CD, and I guess just because guy, and I was like, yeah, dad's doing the cooler thing because we're gonna gender stereotype here at age 5 for Sean.
Sure.
And
No, you're not, dude. I'll tell you this. Mickey Batts put it, shout out to him again, but he put it correctly where it was like when you're a kid, right? You're fucking rocking. The Beatles are just like, honestly, I wonder how many people discovered, like, because remember when you were a kid, you'd watch like TV shows and like you'd hear like a theme song and you think that was so good, but then you would hear that one like actual song and you're like, whoa, this is what fucking music's supposed to sound like. I bet the Beatles was that for so many fucking people, right? Like the first time you heard like Help or Love Me Do or Hold My Hand or like any one of those major fucking hits, you're like, wow, this is what fucking music can really sound like, kind of thing, right? Then you had some bees and you had some fucking nose bees, and then the Stones came in and you're like, well, this is fucking rock and roll, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know. So that's how it fucking goes. And
mine's kind of the opposite. My parents didn't listen to the Beatles at all when I was growing up.
Well, it's fucking Jack Nancy.
Yeah, they're like super cool bros and sis.
I bet your dad's is your dad a big fan of the Boss?
No, not at all.
Really?
Yeah.
I would thought
my dad was. My dad was a Bruce guy.
Love the Boss. The Boss, Johnny Cash, love all those guys. But
no, neither of those.
Wow. Jack fucking Nancy didn't like the Boss. He is the fucking boss.
Yeah, that's why he was like, don't come up on my nickname.
Man, it's true. It's true. I can see that. All right. Well, now I'll tell you this. Well, okay. Sean, do you play video games?
Not nearly as much as I would like to, but yes.
Okay.
Like now I grew up and do adult stuff and I don't play anymore. But growing up, I had PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4.
Well, you answered that question.
PlayStation or Xbox?
Yeah.
I've figured out I have to get a PS5 because there's a game coming out next year that will only be on PS5. So I have to figure out how I'm getting a PS5.
Yeah, what is it?
So I am a huge college football fan. And I still play NCAA 14 for PS4 and download the updated rosters online. And the best part is I'm a Temple football fan. Like, it's not like I'm playing with like Ohio State or Miami. Like, I am doing this to play with a team that like this year only has 3 wins total, and I'm playing with their quarterback and like trying to win the Heisman. So I do that. Like, it's exciting, but I need better graphics now.
Who's on the cover of 14?
That was, I believe, Denard Robinson,
from Michigan.
Michigan. Yeah, pretty sure that's who it was.
That was 2014. Denard Robinson was 2014. I thought he was. Man,
I'm gonna get up real quick. It's probably in my PS3, which is 4 feet away.
Okay, tell me.
Dude, they don't make it.
Let's talk about him.
PS3 is not plugged in.
Whatever, dude.
But yeah,
Justin can look it up.
I still play that. And it's entertaining.
Dude, NCAA coming. I remember I had like an Xbox 360, right? And I turned in, like, you know how you can go to GameStop and give them games and like they give you store credit and all that bullshit. I had
$8.04.
Right.
I probably had
games.
Yeah, well, dude, I probably had like 30 games, right? And I maybe had $1 with like the first 29 games. I gave them NCAA 07, $45 fucking dollars, baby.
I believe it.
Yeah, dude.
That's
I think
insane.
Who was on? Oh God, I know it wasn't Reggie Bush. I think it was there was a Notre Dame guy that was on there. Was it Samardzija was on it one year? I forget. But yeah, dude, I'll tell you, NCAA, I'm happy that it is coming back, but it's only coming back for PlayStation?
I think it's going to be Xbox One and PS5.
Oh, okay.
The very last year is Denard Robinson.
Okay.
The year before is what's his name from Baylor?
RG3.
RG3 and Barry Sanders from Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I know. Like, I had all of them. Like, I think they had Desmond Howard was on the first one that they introduced, like the Heisman.
Dude, the one that had Joey Harrington on the cover was the best.
Joey Harrington at Oregon.
2002,
that was 02, I think. Yep, that was 02.
The best.
Yeah. I had all those for PS2, PS3, and I was waiting for them to make it on PS4 and NCAA, yada, yada, yada. But now they can make it again, so. We're good.
You're good to go. Nice.
It'll be hype.
Okay. So, let's keep it moving then. Next question. And this is going to decide who you are. This is going to tell us who you are. All right.
Oh, God. Very
Sean,
nervous.
When it comes to wings, are you drums or are you flats?
Oh, that's a great question. And I am saying this like I've never been the guy to order one of them at the bar because I think that's ridiculous when people do that. Like, can I get 10 drumsticks or 10 flats? I'm like,
right.
Come on,
you've
man.
been a server too long to annoy
Yeah.
any server. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. I would rather shoot myself than be annoying to a server. Yeah.
I go flats, but like it's like 51-49. Like I am not like, but if I had to pick, I would say flat.
Wow.
Drums are very good too.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Wow.
First, you don't have a roller coaster in your backyard. And
I know, right?
Choose flats.
This guy.
Fucking loser.
Man. What about, here's another new one that we're testing out. Hook or Princess Bride?
Ooh, I go Hook.
Fuck
Wow.
you, Justin.
I go Hook. Which I
crazy.
definitely know I'm probably in the minority of that, but like
I fucking love Hook.
Hook was so good.
Dude,
So
I saw
good.
Hook in theaters when I was a kid, probably like 4 times. It was so, dude, it took over your whole fucking life. Hook
Absolutely.
was incredible.
What do you like better?
Dude, Rufio, one of the
Rufio's
greatest
amazing.
all-time
Rufio.
characters ever. Fucking shout out.
Yeah,
One love, Rufio.
Rufio was the man.
Oh, dude, spoiler, but when Rufio fucking dies,
Spoiler.
when he dies,
Like, from a movie 30 years ago. If they haven't seen it at this point, I think it's on them.
dude, when fucking Rufio dies, right? And he tells Pan that his happy thought was that he had a dad like Pan. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you think fucking Dustin Hoffman as Captain Hook stood a chance after that? No, he was a fucking dead man. All right.
I'm
Or
trying
when
to make kids watch it, and like some kids will be scared, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, man up, pussy.
They're like used to watching Blue's Clues, and I'm trying to show you some like classical shit.
That's
I watched
Robin
RoboCop
fucking
in
Williams.
1988.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you like better, Hook or Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh, great one. Hey,
good.
can you name the actor that connects both of them? He's in both movies.
Not off the top of my head.
Danny
Bob
DeVito.
Bob Hoskins plays Shmee in Hook,
Oh,
and he
shit,
also
the
plays
Shmee.
the detective in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Eddie Valiant.
That's what I meant.
There's another movie I was watching recently, and I could not figure out where I recognized the actor, and it was Shmee. I was like, oh crap, and I can't think of what movie it was now either. I don't know, but
He's in that.
Like
What
a
is it?
newish movie or an old movie?
no,
he's
it's
dead.
probably From
He died.
the late, yeah, I was
Bob
gonna say he
Hoskins
died,
is
but it
dead?
was probably from like
Bob
the late
Hoskins
90s
died
or
a
early
while
2000s.
ago.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Dude.
didn't know either. I was like, did he just do the movie?
No, he's a dude.
No.
He was an incredible
man.
actor, man. He was like,
Yeah, I liked him a lot.
dude, think about it. Think about the diversity of the two characters I just mentioned, Shmee and Eddie Valiant. One is like some swashbuckling, British guy, and then the other one is like a New York detective, and he fucking nailed both of them.
Yeah.
Eddie
You know what I mean?
Valiant.
Yeah.
You
Dude,
go
and a
by
young-
Jack Daniels these days.
And a young Christopher Lloyd. Oh my God.
Judge Doom.
Oh, dude, he was so good. Oh my God. Forget about it. Fucking forget about it. He was also Super Mario. He was Mario in the Mario Brothers.
That movie's a pure fever dream, yeah.
No. Him and isn't it young Johnny Leguizamo?
Yeah, like Leguizamo plays Luigi.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, how funny is that?
And Dennis
Wow.
Hopper plays Bowser.
Wow.
That movie's wild, yo.
Yo,
Have you tried to
I'll-
watch that again?
Dude.
Dog, watch that movie, yo. It's wild.
I want to
Dude.
watch it.
Have you
Dennis.
ever seen it? Me and my
No.
little brother watched it a bunch as kids. We like taped it off. Remember HBO would be free for like a month in the summer. Like as soon as you got off school, like HBO would be free.
Mm.
Oh no, we
We
didn't
would
have
record
any of that.
everything. We'd be on a strict mission of like make sure one of us stayed up to record all the good shit.
Yeah.
That's how
No,
got,
we
like,
were
RoboCop
always in my
3.
backyard on my roller coaster, so I never saw
Right.
any of those.
Oh, yeah. No, we
Shout
were
out.
poor. we had to take over family memories and make sure we got Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren?
Yeah, there you go. Dolph
Dorf Rundgren? Is that what you said?
Dorf Runchman.
Jesus Christ.
I have a speech impediment. I won't be judged.
All
It's
right,
2020.
Jeez. Oh yeah, we're
Is
all
it?
pick,
2022.
we're all picking on Justin. Watch
2020
out.
also.
Poor Justin. I am excited for the remake of Willow. Are we fans of Willow? I fucking love that movie.
I saw that one time. And
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I have not
it
seen
is
Willow.
so fucking good. If you
Well,
haven't seen
they're
it, you should.
remaking Super Mario. There's a new
Oh, are
Super
they
Mario coming out,
really?
isn't there?
Like Pixar
Yeah.
style.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
that's
so
fun.
it's not a live action.
Chris Pratt's doing the voice of Mario, I believe. Which I don't know how I feel about that.
Charlie Day
I
does
think that's
Luigi.
dumb.
Charlie
That's
Day's doing
good.
Luigi.
Yeah,
No,
Black
yeah. Charlie
does
Day's
Bowser.
Luigi is going to be phenomenal.
He's
Dude.
great.
Oh, he's so good. Shout
Jack
out
Black
anyone
as
from
Bowser
Always
would be
Sunny.
fun.
Who is
Shout out
who's
Philadelphia.
Bowser? Yeah.
Jack Black is Bowser.
Oh, that's great.
That is
shout
good.
out Rob
That's a good
McElhenney and
pick.
Wrexham Football. Shout out fans of the show, listeners of the show. Yeah, Wrexham Football Club. We're all supporters.
I
so.
don't like Chris Pratt as Mario.
You don't?
No,
Why
I
not?
wish they
No.
just kept it the regular video game voice, where he just talks in simple sentences.
It's me, Mario.
Yeah. Let's go.
They should have got some guy who makes pizza to do the voice.
It's
Chris
me.
Pratt.
Oh yeah, they
Doesn't
should have
seem
gotten Papa John's owner, right?
Yeah.
He'd be perfect. That's an
That would go
ideal
well with the
casting.
kids these days.
Yeah, he'd be a perfect fit.
I was using the N-word in regard to defense of it.
Yeah, I was calling Bowser the N-word. Yeah, yeah.
Buy cheese
hilarious.
sticks.
Yeah, and don't forget the pepper in the box, Justin. Justin worked at Papa John's, which basically means he was in the fucking clan. All right.
That's Justin only worked there after he found out that Papa John said the N-word.
Yeah, once he did that, I was like, I'd like to make $15 an hour. Making pizza.
He's like, I like my pizza racist as hell. All right.
Before he went to work, he would stop at Chick-fil-A, his
One
favorite.
time, the Jews.
He's like, I'm going to, I gotta hate the gays on my way to Papa John's. Justin, you know what? I don't apologize because I'm so fucking mad at you right now.
Then I put a Weinstein film on in the lobby.
Jesus Christ.
Start the shift up, you know?
That's great. Shout out. Do you know what I did? You know what's funny? Kevin Smith. I'm still a big Kevin Smith fan, but I idolized Kevin Smith for a long time. And you know who Kevin Smith is? A director, actor, Silent Bob.
Oh yeah, Jay and Silent Bob. He's Silent Bob.
He's Silent Bob. So I was like, he's from Jersey. He's from Red Bank, right? And he wrote, dude, the Dogma is one of the most clever, good movies of all time.
Where Alanis Morissette is God.
I have to watch that again.
It is
the first time I watched it,
so
I
fucking
was
good.
So confused, and now I'm smart, so I need to watch it.
That movie is so fucking good, so good.
Rickman.
Right, Alan Rickman. He plays the
Alan
voice
Rickman's
of God. Yeah, dude. It was honestly, that's just like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon play fallen angels.
Was the bomb in Phantom.
Oh, he's the bomb in
Affleck
Phantom.
was the bomb in Phantom.
Dude, but no, they do, dude. It's and then Jan's and young Linda Florentino, a fucking primo Linda Florentino. Dogma's a great fucking flick. Don't get it
Chris
twisted.
Rock.
But either way. Oh, yeah. Chris Rock fucking nails it. Dude, he's the 13th apostle. Yeah. So, but either way. And Salma Hayek's in it too. Oh, and Salma Hayek is in it too.
She's beyond.
Bro, when she does that stripper scene, poof, forget it.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Get it. But either way, so I did the Kevin Smith, he did a book and I did it, not long ago. And in the book, he really should rewrite it because he talks about being a Weinstein guy. He's like, Weinstein took Miramax from nothing, and he had all these hit classic movies with Quentin Tarantino. I wanted to be one of his big hit indie directors. You know what I mean? Like something like that. I was like, that didn't age well.
Yeah, probably edit that part out.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't sell that book anymore, Kevin. But dude, Kevin Smith,
I guess he still did those things, but just while sexually assaulting people, right?
Yeah,
true.
Two things can be true.
Yeah.
True.
You can make great movies and sexually abuse people.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously. Yeah. How about it? Shout out.
Hand in hand.
Yeah. Squeezing them. Okay. Jana, didn't you say something online about great boobs the other day?
Yeah, usually.
Yeah. Something about
I won't be sorry because I have perfect boobs and I'm always right or something like that.
Something to that effect, yes. So, okay, speaking of perfect boobs, it is now time for everyone's new favorite segment. It's jdub's questions, asking some questions. jdub's questions, a new favorite segment. jdub's questions. Sean, Justin's going to ask you some questions, and you're going to give us some answers. Jdub, take it away.
Yes.
God
Have you ever had a
damn.
McRib?
I have not had a McRib.
Whoa.
Never had a McRib.
Weird.
I have no desire to. I just think they look gross.
Yeah, you gotta
I'm
feel like the fun of it. Have you ever had what's the other jump? Have you ever had a fish fillet?
Nope.
Yo, I
Oh.
fucking love a fish fillet.
You know what?
Yeah, I'm good on that.
You
You
know
gotta
what's
get out
a
of your
fuck-
comfort zone and have a steamed bun,
You know what's a fucking gimmick at McDonald's though? The fucking hotcakes and sausage. When's the last
The
time you
best.
had some fucking hotcakes and sausage?
dude.
Because they are
All
pretty
the time.
fucking good, bro.
Right.
Shout
My-
out, fan of the show, listener of the show, hotcakes and sausage.
My
Speaking of fish
stepmother's
fillets, I don't know if you guys ever been to a White Castle, but we had them in Jersey.
Never been.
And
have.
they had a thing called surf and turf where it would be a fish sandwich and the cheeseburger, and they would put it together and you eat it, and it's glorious. And I feel like I should maybe try that at McDonald's.
How high were
Fish-
they when they like invented that?
They're, I mean, genius
They had to
level.
be high.
Is
Just
that
tastes like
a
is
big
that a
fish.
level of high you can be?
Good
Like, genius
question.
level?
I never thought
Damn.
of that.
Wow. Justin,
I mean, it
you were
sounds
going to
delicious.
say something?
It was so good.
well,
Got
it
a
was
comment about your
the-
mom or something?
my stepmother's
Oh.
great grandfather, who was deaf, used to go to McDonald's like every Sunday to get that like I was very young. I just remember going to breakfast with a deaf man at McDonald's and getting the pancake breakfast. And it was the first time in my life I was like, McDonald's serves pancakes. This is also the first time I'd like been there before 10:30 in the morning. I was like, this is awesome.
And you
But
could
it's
say
a-
whatever you want, and he wouldn't
it's a-
even know.
Couldn't hear a goddamn thing you said.
Oh.
And he had his house, and like we could wrestle and like be as loud as you fucking. He had a piano. You could just bang on that bitch as loud as you
A
wanted.
piano.
But there's it's a rubbery pancake.
No way. They're amazing.
Dude, when is the last time you had, and it's a hot cake, you fucking cunt.
1993.
It's
I don't think I've had it since 1993.
No, they
Remember when it
are.
used to come in the styrofoam?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, that's the last time I
keep
had
it hot. Got to keep it hot.
hot.
Keep them hot cakes hot, baby.
When I'm like really drunk and then I wake up, I'll order to like Grubhub or whatever, the big breakfast.
What is
the scrambled eggs.
What is the? Oh, is that like okay?
It's
Please.
everything. It's pancakes, sausage, scrambled eggs, a biscuit, and I don't know, something else. But it's so
And it's from Mickey D's.
Yeah. Mhm.
Wow, dude, I can't honestly. I can't even tell you last time I had Slicky D's. I'll tell you.
That's what me and Damien had the morning after our wedding. We woke up and ordered big breakfasts. That was
Very
amazing.
romantic.
Dude,
Very
is
romantic.
that like? Are you guys not the best couple of all time?
I don't know. Some liar said that, I guess. I don't know.
You're definitely better than Justin and his girlfriend because that relationship makes no sense at all.
That's not fair.
It is fucking nonsensical.
I bring a lot to the table.
I know what you bring to the sink.
Oh.
You told us what you brought there.
I would have got
that
my
was
adoring bride
amazing.
Chick-fil-A breakfast.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A breakfast is banging.
Oh, really? But it also hates gays, so. And you can't
Can't
get
get
it.
it on
Isn't it
And,
Sunday.
amazing?
and you can't get it on Sunday unless you're
Yeah.
Chuck Norris.
Have you ever broken a bone?
I dislocated my thumb. That's as
Ew.
close as I came.
Which one?
Yeah, my left, or no, it was my right thumb. I was playing basketball, like 13-year-old travel team. The basket was really close to the wall. I jumped to like block somebody else's shot, and I just
Ooh.
hit the wall really hard.
Ooh.
Ran down the court,
Ooh.
looked at my hand, and my hand was facing like this way, but my thumb was facing
Oh.
me.
Ooh.
So like I quickly
So
like
gross.
mid game was like, oh god, and like cracked it back into place. And like the ref was standing next to me, and he's like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "Nah." And like my coach like realized it, and like, my coach was like, "Sean, you need to come out." So I was like, "Yeah." And then like this is like a depressed like middle school kid, who, like like dislocated my thumb. Thought I'd get out of schoolwork for a couple of days or something, but I actually write with my left hand.
Damn.
But I just like I play sports right-handed and left-handed. So like I didn't even get like the pleasure of like being in a cast and be like, I can't take notes today, teacher. So but yeah, but other than that, I've actually knock on like all of the wood around me that I haven't broken anything
Nice.
severely. I'll probably tear my ACL this weekend now that I've said that.
It's not a bone.
More than likely. So
Yeah, it's a ligament. It's fine.
Have you ever been in the back of a cop car?
Justin,
Yes.
loving these
Yes, I
new
have.
questions.
Yes, I have been in the back of a cop car.
I
wasn't arrested.
Okay, please expand.
Yeah, me either.
So right now it was New Year's Eve, and I was like 17 years old, and I was at a party like in kind of like Conshohocken area, but a Plymouth cop picked us up. Like the party sucked. There was one case of beer, so me and my buddy left. We walked around for like an hour because it's New Year's Eve, and we're like, we don't even know if we can call our parents to pick us up because they were probably out drinking or something.
Yeah.
So a cop saw us, and I'm not kidding. There's a Plymouth cop. He said he thought we stole a car, and I was like, dude, we're walking.
And you're white.
Not what I said to him, but I was like, we're walking, like, well, sir. And then he like backtracked. He's like, well, something got stolen out of a car, and I like emptied my pockets. I'm like, dude, no. So he's like, oh, well, somebody looks suspicious in a gray shirt, and I had a gray shirt on because, like, probably like half of boys in middle school and high school wear fucking gray shirts.
True.
So he kind of like really backtracked his entire story. We watched him go up the street. He looped around, and I'm not kidding. Like 6 Plymouth cop cars showed up like within 2 minutes. Yeah, like he called backup on us and everything. We're like, well, this sucks. He drove us to the station. He threw me in the back of the car, and I'm like, I actually was kind of freaking out. I'm like, what did I do? Like, I didn't do anything wrong. Oh my God, like this is gonna kill my life.
Yeah, you're like, one time when I was 6, I took gum from the store, and I you're thinking all this shit.
And then he drove us to the station and basically called my parents to pick me up because they had like nothing on me, and they realized that. And like I said, the party I was at only had 1 case of beer. Like I didn't even get drunk. Like there was like 20 dudes and 1 case of beer. So that's why I left. That's why I left the party. It sucked.
Yeah.
So they basically like had to tell my dad, like, yeah, we messed that one up.
Speaking of McDonald's and stolen cars, my friend Jana, shout out Jana, she'll be on the show in January.
Oh, can't wait.
We used to work at McDonald's, and our friend Jason would literally steal a car, come to McDonald's, park it in the parking lot, do work with us at McDonald's, and then steal a different car, and then go home in different stolen car, and then come back. Like for 2 weeks straight, he would just like steal different cars every day. And one time, like I was at home, I wasn't working, but Gina and Jason were working, and they just showed up to my house in like this teal 2-door Honda Accord, and they were like, "We just stole a car on break. We're on break. We brought you these fries." I was like, what is happening?
So, like, did he ever get put in the back of a cop car, or he just like, he just keeps living his life car to car right there?
No, he's been in jail many times.
Man,
I would always think about that when I was a kid, and you'd be at like the Wawa by your house, and the people would just leave their cars running and go inside the store, and they'd be like, I could take this around the block, and no one would ever.
Never.
Keys are still in it. This is fine.
Yeah, it's on and running to like stay warm. You know.
Have any of you ever done that? Like left the car running when
Me?
Really?
And going to the store? I do it
Jersey,
all the time.
What?
No, like in my driveway, maybe, but that's about it.
Yeah, like I would do it if I was I would never at a store.
Oh, I've gone into a fast food restaurant in the hood and just the car running outside.
Hard pass.
No, you haven't. Jesus Christ.
It's a work truck. I'm like, go ahead and take it. I don't give a fuck. I got pissed, yo.
All right, nice. Okay, Justin, keep going with your questions because you're doing an excellent job, and I'm so proud of you.
What's the last thing you stole?
Ooh, this one's tricky.
Last thing I stole?
Yeah.
Huh.
You're willing
That's
to
a really good question.
On a podcast.
No, I don't.
Dude, we have no thieves come on this fucking show, apparently.
I know no one's answered this question yet.
And Matt will vouch for me. Like, so I've worked at restaurants my entire life. I guarantee you I've stolen food or a drink from a coworker and thought it was hilarious. Like, like Matt knows my one coworker Jimmy, and like
shout out Sprinkles.
Or I probably chugged like half his beer and like put it back and was like, see if he notices, this will be hilarious.
Yeah,
he's probably like, I just have to now order another beer. Like it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, depending on the time of night, he probably has no clue. Yeah, dude, I fucking love Jimmy Sprinkles. Anyway. Sprinkles is the best, dude. He's a great dude.
That's probably my guess. Is I probably was fucking with him and I stole a drink or food from him.
Right. So the answer is no, nothing.
Yeah. I'm not. I don't have like this dark past where I was stealing cars every day at work.
yeah.
Boring.
Stole a Red Bull like 3 days ago.
Justin, listen to this, Sean. Listen to this. This is the kind of person Justin is.
I haven't done this
He
in a
says
long time.
oots instead of uts. He says Popeyes instead of Popeyes. He pup like a puppy. Puppy eyes.
Yeah, that's what I was
pup.
saying, like Popeyes.
Yeah, that's what he says. He gooshes in his sink, right? And this fucking guy will go into a Starbucks, right, when it's busy in the morning, and instead of ordering, will walk up to the mobile orders and just take someone's mobile order and leave. And he fucking does it. This is the fucking guy here. This fucking guy.
Yo, I did it at the truck stop, Joan, like the highway.
The turnpike one?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, there was like 45 people, and I was like, God damn, is John busy? Excuse me. And I just grabbed the John and pulled my phone.
Do you try
out.
that at Wawa? Like when they're like yelling the hoagie numbers, you're just like, whoop.
Nah. Wawa's food's trash.
What?
When they stop cutting their own meat, they're dead to me.
Wawa.
There was a time when Wawa used to cut their lunch meat, and I remember that
Wawa.
time.
Yeah. I honestly, I mean, I love Wawa, but I don't think it's like trash. I just can't. I've eaten it so fucking much.
That is
the other thing. I've legit eaten everything on there.
Yes,
even the veggie options, because and like I fucking hate that shit. But I was just like, I need something different. I cannot eat a turkey hoagie for the 28th day in a row. Okay,
I do a lot of chicken finger.
You say that now. Dude, that's Cabot's gimmick too.
Buff chicken finger hoagie is the way to go.
Dude,
Buffalo chicken
I do the barbecue with the cheddar.
Dude, that's Cabot's
I
gimmick.
overheard someone ordering it when I was there late one night, and she was like, "Oh, I just want chicken fingers on a sandwich with cheddar and barbecue." And I was like, "Bitch, that sounds good." And I put it in.
Dude, add bacon and pickles to that. That's Cabot's order.
Say, add bacon to it.
Bacon and pickles and you're talking about the strong stem seed Cabot sandwich. You don't eat what?
Try not to eat swine.
Stupid. That's dumb.
That's your rule?
Yeah, that's
try not to. I don't like make it like a strict rule.
I forgot you're part of the Nation of Islam. I couldn't. I should have known by the beard. I should have known.
I prayed 5 times.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. All right, next question. We got no thieves that come on this show.
Nobody steals anything.
Nope.
All right, so would you rather go on The Price is Right, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or American Gladiators?
Whoa, 3 choices.
You gotta pick one.
Hold on, say them again. Say them again slow. We got to think.
Price is Right.
Okay, shout out.
So you can win prizes. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You could win money. Or American Gladiator, and you could win glory.
Glory.
I would go probably. I'll go American Gladiator.
Oh,
wow,
shout out.
Good one.
Dude,
you fare well in the Eliminator?
Dude.
How's your hand bike skills?
Do you remember?
Probably like 10 years ago, I'd have a shot. Now I just probably get hurt immediately.
The best
I wouldn't do well on that.
Best gladiator ever, Gemini for the men. And then shout out 40 Fort, Pennsylvania, home of Zap from the American Gladiators. Yeah, she owns a store in 40 Fort, PA. And it's pretty cool. But either way,
what
American Gladiators. It's like
Spandex?
No. It's like an antiques consignment
It's just
shop.
assault. As soon as you walk in, she just fires tennis balls at you.
She's holding one of those Oh, dude, she was the best.
I hate this store,
dude. The tennis
she
ball
only sells Nerf guns.
Dude, she was legit the best with the tennis ball gun in the obstacle course. We had to like go from place to place. Dude, we played American Gladiators at my house so fucking much. We absolutely loved American Gladiators. Like, I remember one time they had an NFL version of American Gladiators, and Seth fucking Joyner was on there, and he fucking killed it. All right, I'm telling you.
I don't know who that is, but I remember that episode.
Seth Joyner is the angriest post-game analyst ever.
Oh, he's great. But dude, Janet, he is right up.
You have all these trampoline places nowadays, and they have like those Ninja Warrior training centers. We get
is this a surprise?
Could be
licensed American Gladiator course, and we travel with it around. Assault, Powerball, the Eliminator.
Oh, dude, if they
tell me you wouldn't do anything to play that.
I would love to. What's the one with the joust, right?
Yep.
And
Cannonball, where you swung into the gladiator.
So good.
I want to go through the paper. I can make the best Eliminator.
Yeah,
You gotta have hand bike,
dude. Because when they redid it, they gimmicked it up too much. You got to stick with what works, right? Remember the one game where there was like a bucket in the middle. There's the gladiator protects the bucket, and you just grab a ball and try to score it, and the fucking gladiators would level you.
Yo,
you got destroyed. Absolutely destroyed.
There were some guys that were legit getting just wrecked when Turbo and Nitro are fucking
it's like they're truck sticking you basically. You're just like, oh, this sucks.
Remember they had the game where you're in the giant hamster ball?
Oh my god! Even dude, the thought of that sounds exhausting. You know what I mean? But dude, they should. I would why that is a great idea if they did a traveling American Gladiators. Incredible idea. I just thought of it, not you, Justin. Okay.
What's that show that's on now? American Ninja Warrior?
Ninja Warrior.
That's that's okay, but it's not American Gladiators.
Okay, don't yell at me.
I'm sorry, Jana. I raised my voice and I apologize.
Can I give a humble brag here? Humble brag?
Please, brag away.
Brag.
I slept with a girl who was on American Ninja Warrior. She was in shape, her triceps were phenomenal. But she was also really hot. She had a 6-pack and just unbelievable everything.
Her dick was huge.
What round did she get to? The second round?
Was she on TV?
Remember. Yeah, she was on TV.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Let's say her name. I want to look her up.
Her first name was Tanya. I do not remember her last name or what she. Usually I use fake names on those. So
yeah. Oh.
Sean, you can answer
was
first.
In a daze for 45 seconds and then just came out of nowhere.
All right.
For $3 million, would you cut off one of your fingers?
Yeah, that
$3 million
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pinky's gone, right?
You mean the thumb that he broke?
Yeah, that broken thumb.
I'll go. Probably one of the pinkies is gone.
Right.
With $3 million, I could just buy a fake. I could buy a fake pinky for $1 million and still have $2 million left over.
True, but you can only buy a decent house now.
And then
who needs a fucking pinky?
For an extra $500,000, would you throw in a toe?
Oh,
only $5,000.
$500,000.
I feel like that should be another 20 grand at least, right?
No.
He said
500.
Yeah, that's way more than
yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought you said 5,000. All right, yeah, 500,000. Yeah, I'll throw in both. You can take both pinky toes. They said
you need your pinky.
No, you gotta do the next one in.
Yeah, you need your pinky to
Evolution,
balance.
They said they're going away eventually in 2 million years.
Yeah. The pinky toes are on borrowed time. That's for sure.
Ring fingers are useless.
You want my appendix for free?
I don't have an appendix. Dude, when I got my appendix taken out, I told them I wanted it, and they told me they wouldn't give it to me because apparently, kids they'd give it back to them, and they would put it in people's mailboxes. And I was like, it's my appendix, and I would like it.
And
they wouldn't give it to me
in someone's mailbox.
But I did get my wisdom teeth back when those got taken out.
I do love seeing it.
When I saw mine,
I love seeing it too.
They're so big. I was scared of them. Crazy. It was like dinosaur
teeth in general. They go
they're huge.
No idea.
Yeah, I do love seeing a pulled tooth afterwards. Justin's never had a cavity.
Nope.
Justin, I hate your jeans.
Yeah, seriously.
I didn't go to the dentist for 5 years, and he literally said, "All right, see you in 5 years." He's like, "I'm joking," but I was like, "No, I'm not going to pay you, and I'm not coming back."
I have a question. Speaking of Justin's jeans, I need to ask the boys. Time out. What are really good fitting jeans for boys?
Mugsy. No, I'm telling you right now.
Where are they from?
You get them online. Mugsy jeans. They're the elastic gimmicks. So they're jean material, but they stretch, and they're legit the most comfortable jeans I've ever had. They're the only jeans I wear.
Nah, if you bought me the good Jones, they're somewhere right here. 514s or 511 Levi's.
Yeah, those are Levi's, but they're not. They're regular jeans. My jeans are
something
gimmicks.
Similar.
Yeah,
similar. That's something Matt's talking about, but I have the Kohl's brand. I'm a big Kohl's guy. I'm sure most of you have been in Roxborough or Andorra for some of your life. And I go to the Kohl's Andorra.
Dude, Kohl's Cash. Shout out. Fan of the show, listen to the show.
Kohl's Cash. I have a Kohl's credit card.
Yeah, goddamn right you do. Kohl's is a great fucking store.
The one time I went there, I spent $120 and it said you saved $98. And I'm like, oh, this is phenomenal. I don't know how this place makes money, but whatever.
It is fascinating. It's like the half off store in there. It is crazy. Yeah.
So those are the ones that look good, Muggsy?
Oh yeah, they got tons of different styles and they're killer. Like they're not skinny jeans, but they do like form fit to the leg pretty good. And I'm not gonna lie, they make my back porch look pretty sweet.
Let me see.
Yeah. Okay, if you want.
Just kidding.
I knew it. So all right.
Someone else gonna cut with their finger for money?
No.
I would.
Nope.
I would.
I just need my middle fingers.
Julie, you gonna cut your finger off for money?
Well, if you
Would I
cut
cut
off
my
a finger,
finger off
Jana,
or my-
do you have a middle
Yeah.
finger?
I'm sorry.
I
Oh,
would do a lot of things for money, not cut my finger.
I got you.
Yeah.
What about a toe?
No, I would probably do more about what Adrena Winters is doing for money than cut my shit off.
Woo! Shout out Adrena
Like,
Winter.
need all your
Yeah.
toes for that.
Yeah, you're gonna need all your hands and all your toes. Well, technically, Adrena Winter. Well, if you read her call sheet, she is feisty. But she does
I
love.
cannot wait for this conversation. I watch so much porn and I'm gonna ask her so many questions.
Yeah, I did. I mean, the research was extensive on Adrena Winter. She is.
Oh,
She is versatile, and it's crazy that. I mean, I love that we're gonna talk to her about like she prefers to do interracial and cuckolding are her favorite genres to do of porn, but then also she's into sustainable farming.
Same.
Well, can you? I
Fucking
want to
on the
listen to
farm.
find out, is she rather going to go on The Price is Right or American Gladiators or,
Who
like
wants
these
to
are
be
the real
a
important
She
stuff.
she's from England. Do they? I guess I don't know. We'd have to get like the English version of equivalent. Of
so
that.
does she want to have a tea or does she want to have a biscuit or does she want to have
Yeah.
Is she gonna go to the car park?
Ask her if she's had the McRib and just see what like she's like what.
Yeah. I do honestly though. I'm gonna try and talk to her a lot about British TV. I'm obsessed with fucking British TV. It's the
Yeah.
Oh my god,
so
it's the
good.
best. The only thing
Taskmaster?
that sucks is that they only do like 2 seasons
Yeah.
of everything.
dude,
'Cause
Dairy
they're
Girls.
smart and
Oh
they
my
cut
God,
that
Dairy
shit
Girls.
off.
Yeah.
And,
They know
They don't drag it out to the point that it sucks.
Yeah, they're good at not beating a dead horse, that's for sure. But there's a show, and I think it's for free on YouTube, and everyone should watch it. It's called Taskmaster, and it's the best fucking show ever. It's incredible.
Taskmaster.
It's
It's a
incredible.
big British.
ass master.
Yep. Drina Winters is the host of Ass Master.
If Janet's laughing, that's fine.
Matt, did you ever see Broadchurch?
Bro, no, I've heard of it. Isn't that with David Tennant? Right?
Yeah, it's
like a
literally-
detective show.
I feel like it's the best show I ever watched.
Really?
Yeah, but isn't there like kid murder? I don't do kid murder.
First of all, don't give away the show to people that
Yeah,
haven't watched
spoiler.
it. You're supposed to say spoiler alert, and then
First
I
we
go like
spoiled
this. Ah.
and now we're spoiling
Yeah.
TV shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks a lot, you guys.
Yeah. That's a question though. Julie, what movie do you think is better? Hook or what is it? Princess Bride.
Princess Bride.
Facts.
You're one of those. Yeah.
You're one of the right people.
Yeah, whatever.
Right
Okay.
side of history.
Yep. So Justin,
Duh, how do you even argue that?
I know. It's
I
not
don't know. Ask Sean.
Sean, do you have any questions for me?
How was your day today?
wow.
Honestly, so I like work with old people, and I met this one lady today, and she's 64. No,
Gross.
I'm sorry, she's 84.
Oh.
And
Grosser.
all
Is she
3
single?
of her sons died this year.
What?
And then I didn't ask about any of this. This just got dropped on me. And then she told me how all 3 of them died, which I also did not ask, but I was interested, at that point.
Yeah.
And then if she dropped the first one, she's like, well, my first son who was 60, I was like, oh, well, shit, he was at least 60. And then she's like, he killed himself. I was like, Jesus Christ.
my
And she's like, my next son, he was
God.
54. He died of cancer. I was like, oh, God. And then she's like, and my youngest son, he was like 40 something, and he took care of me. He died of a heart attack. And I was like, I don't know what I'm
man.
supposed to do with any of this information.
I feel like she's lying and she killed them all.
She ate them, Dude,
Watch the
all
Dahmer
3?
documentary.
And then she dropped that, I wouldn't wish. I was like, yeah, of course. Nobody wants to bury their children. God damn it. Can I go
Damn,
home
3
now?
of them? She must be
Yeah.
poor now.
Wild.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Isn't
A lot
it?
of funerals.
It was
That's
crazy.
a lot of black
So
outfits she had to
your
buy.
day was okay, right?
Yeah, my day was fine.
Yeah, we didn't ask about her day.
After the Eagles, if the Eagles get a sack, you get a Big Mac for $1, yo. At McDonald's with the app, I got that Big Mac John for $1. That fixed all my problems.
First of
Good
all,
deal.
can you text me every time that happens? Because I don't watch football, but
Yo,
I like
Big
a
Mac for
Mac.
$1 is a steal. When the Phillies win,
I didn't know that was the
chicken
deal, but
sandwich,
I'm definitely doing that.
Yeah, can you text us all and tell us when
dude,
to
get
go
the
to McDonald's?
If you're not using apps at fast
I
food
have the
restaurants,
app. I just don't know when it's like sack time.
you check your rewards, yo.
I know you, Jana. I know you know when it's sack time.
Oh my god. Hey guys.
All right,
Sack
very
time.
nice. So that was jdub's questions. If you have some questions for us, you can hit us up on the Twitter or the TikTok at Working P Pod or on Instagram, Work Perspectives Podcast. And you can give Justin some questions to ask our guests. We are moving on to our next favorite segment. It's Jana's cute questions corner. Jana's cute questions cute corner question. Jana's questions corner cute. Sean, Jana's gonna ask you some fucking questions now, and you're gonna give her some answers. Janae, name on baby, take it away. Where?
Hey Sean,
What up?
what's your sign?
Ooh.
I'm a Virgo, but like I actually had to think of that because like I don't really care about.
No,
that
you're
stuff.
not. You slept with that girl from Ninja Warrior.
That's not all I've slept with, but no.
Just
When's your birthday? When's your birthday, Shawnee?
September 12th.
Oh, you just missed a national
Yeah, I know, right?
holiday.
Yeah,
Oh,
like the
you
day
have to
the
read
day
them the
before me, it's like
birthday
everyone's so
book.
upset, and I'm like, but tomorrow's a fun one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I have a friend whose birthday is September 11th, and I'm like, I feel so bad for you.
Yeah, tough.
Um, let's see.
His
So,
birthday.
when's the last time you cried? I know you don't steal, but do you cry?
Real man cry.
I was at the Temple basketball game last night and they lost. I wanted to cry, but I held back. I don't know, probably a couple months ago. I don't know, probably got in a dumb argument with my girlfriend and was sad about it. I don't really. I try not to cry a lot, but I probably have been a pussy in the last year.
Well, you are a Virgo.
Bruh, just make it pussy.
So
I cry all the time.
who was
Thanks,
your
j-dub.
celebrity crush, Sean?
I
Childhood
probably
celebrity crush. Sorry.
So like, can it still count? Like,
Yeah, because I also want to know what's your current. So
I might get crushed for this, but I am a huge Taylor Swift fan.
I
you
mean,
won't
who
get
isn't?
crushed for that.
Right.
All right. Yeah.
I will tell you this. This
Love
is
who you love, baby.
This is a fact. I'm telling you this right now. This is a 100% fact. Julie has a New Kids on the Block t-shirt.
I was actually trying to read it. It says Gina knows, and I was trying to figure it out.
And you know how
it's
I know
from-
that? Because old Uncle Matty went to a New Kids on the Block concert, and Julie asked him to get her a t-shirt, and I did. And yep, I was at New Kids on the Block concert. Super straight.
All right, so
I don't
the
remember
Taylor Swift
any of
comment's
that.
not that bad.
Thank you.
No, you can love who you love on this show.
Yeah.
Only
So
person
here-
who doesn't is Justin because he's racist.
So I grew
Why?
up loving Taylor Swift. I still do. Here's my
Nothing
theory:
wrong.
is if I date her, like it wouldn't last, but like she could make a song about me, like our breakup, and I'd be like hearing it on the radio, like that one's about me.
yeah,
Your love
she
would
does-
be
Like,
immortalized
would she
in
pay
song.
me? Like, do I get paid out of it? Like, do I get royalties?
No,
for
because she
Royalties.
doesn't
singing
say
about
your
me?
name. You
That's-
just know it.
I've said this. I've said it for years. Adele, once she finds a healthy working relationship, her career is fucking over. All right.
I
And
thought
whoever-
she's in one.
Well, whoever broke up with her and made her first album, Someone Like You and Rolling in the Deep and all that, that
was
guy.
the second one. That was the second album.
So I'm
Whatever
pretty
the
sure
fuck-
she was dating Ben Simmons' agent for a while, and like Sixers fans like hated her for it. Like
Wow.
that's just a fun fact that I got.
Shout
Paul.
out. Shout out.
Yeah,
he's,
Rich Paul.
he's an agent. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, he's definitely Catholic then, right?
Well,
So
Sean,
okay.
boxers
Whoa,
are great.
all right. Yeah, see you later. That joke. All right.
Boxers, but I own both. Like I don't. It's
Dude,
like whatever's
you're
on
a
the top
maniac.
that
You
day.
are a maniac. It is
whatever's on the top drawer.
2027 and people are still rocking
2027.
boxers.
It's not
You're
2020.
out of
It's
your
not
mind.
2020 and it's not 2027. Neither of us have gotten the year right this
It-
episode.
We don't know
varies,
what
like-
year it is.
like I still occasionally pretend like I'm athletic and in shape and play. If I play basketball or if I'm like pretending to do something that like I might sweat, I'll go briefs. But like just a regular day, it's like whatever. I don't care.
You're out of
So
your mind.
commando, basically.
Yeah,
As
pretty much.
long as you
Easier
don't
act.
do tidy whities.
No,
Oh.
no. At age 6, I realized I can't do that.
I had to take a friend of mine to jail like a few days ago, and he had to do 72 hours, and they only let you wear your own drawers if they're pure white. And I told him this. I was like, yo, go get
Why?
white
'Cause
drawers,
gang
white
colors?
undershirt. Because if it's not white, they'll give you the state issued equivalent. So as long as you bring pure white socks, pure white underwear, pure white undershirt, they'll let you keep it. And he couldn't find anything but like whitey tighties.
I love it.
And I'm jumping off to jail, and he's like stressing. I'm gonna buy a pack of cigs, and we're smoking on the way. And he's like, "I'm in like dad underwear right now."
Shout
Yeah.
out Jack
like,
Nancy.
No other
wears-
way to explain it.
wears
I was like,
tidy whities.
"What?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "I couldn't find anything that was pure white other than like, what do you?" I was like, "Are you in like bikini briefs?"
Not bikinis.
Damn.
I didn't know what to go like the thigh cut. He was like, "Yeah, dude." I was like, "Good for you, yo. Go
That's
strut in that
amazing.
prison. Go show him your little white
Yep,
tighties."
that he's gonna
No, you
have
don't
a
want-
hell of a time. No,
He
you
got
do
out.
not.
Bend over.
He got out of jail. He found out the Phillies were in the World Series. He was like, "Yeah, let's go."
Now he wears those underwear every time they play.
Well, they're not playing anymore.
Well, yeah.
Well, let's move on.
Yeah.
They didn't die, man.
In a way, we all died.
Yeah.
All right, Sean,
Oh.
last question. What is your toxic trait? Like, my toxic trait is calling my vagina the cock locker.
That doesn't seem toxic at all. That just seems like a fun.
I mean,
Fun trait.
you got some. I mean, is that vaginal hubris that we hear? Because you got some confidence in your, in your lady down there.
Listen, the boys know.
The boys.
I know.
Toxic trait.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
probably
like
have a lot
Justin's
more.
toxic trait is that he gooshes in a fucking sink. It's
Justin
like,
has
oh,
way
leave it
too
there.
many toxic traits. to
I don't know.
list.
I literally started writing them down the other day for the segment, and I don't know what I wrote it down on.
I can tell you right now what you wrote down. Gooshes in the sink, says oots, says Popeyes,
None of
has
these
a
things are bad.
girlfriend that is way too good looking for him.
Not a bad thing.
Need I go on?
Justin and I know your toxic trait. Saying you're
I am
Oh.
5'11". I'm 5'11". I'm 5'11", Jana.
You're 5'10", point something.
5'11", guys. No. Remember,
That's
May 11th is Matt Day because it's 5'11".
Matt's like a Shih Tzu who thinks he's a Rottweiler.
My best friend growing up was 5'7", and he played basketball
Matt.
at LaSalle High. He had LaSalle High School list him as 5'9" the 1 year. I was like, dude, like what? Like there is no way you were like not even 5'8" on a good day. How did they? He's like, they didn't even check. I'm like, why did they not check this? But
Everyone checked me and they were like, "Oh wow, you're 5'11". That's
5'9".
yeah.
He was like, I'm 6 foot, and his license said it was 5'11", and they don't. At the license, they just ask you how tall you are. You just tell them.
Yeah, they don't check at all.
And he was like, "Oh, they put it down wrong when I got my." I was like, "No, they didn't. That's not how it works. You just tell them how tall you are. They don't."
I lie
measure
about
it.
my weight, my eye color, my hair color.
You can do whatever
I
you
think
want.
my license.
I have a license that's signed Ken Griffey Jr.
What?
They ask you for your signature, and it goes like on
So
the ID.
you went Ken Griffey?
I have one that says Frank Castle. I have one that says Ken Griffey Jr. and I have one that says MF Doom.
MF Doom.
Yeah, they don't check it. They just let you write whatever you want.
I used to do that on like the receipts when they first started like making you sign the thing, and then they give you the receipt. I'd be like, I would sign bitch or whatever, and then they give you the receipt with your signature on it. I thought it was so cool. P.S. I am cool. Just kidding.
The coolest. Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
All right. Any more questions there, Janae Mambebe? Very nice. Sean, do you have any questions for Janae?
Do you have any other names for your vagina or just that one?
The cock locker? Is that what it was?
Yeah, the cock locker.
Yeah, no, it's the cock locker. Yeah, duh.
Cock locker, it's a pleasure palace. It's like, I mean, there's so many names. Like,
At least you're not Julia, the magician.
We've talked about her before. On
Wait, why was it the magician?
I don't know, because she can make cocks disappear.
Because she pulls bunnies out of it.
All right.
You can rip a dollar bill into it and then pull the bill out.
Are we still talking about
It
Julia's
comes out
vagina?
as quarters.
Man, yeah.
That seems like a strip club magic trick. Like they would actually probably have somebody who'd try that and
Oh,
like,
I
oh,
would
this
do
is
that.
great. That'll be $300 to watch the show.
Right. Exactly. And Justin would be like,
Yeah. Justin, I mean,
One time I watched a stripper fall asleep with her legs over her head.
why?
where?
She was on drugs
Oh,
at the
okay.
worst strip club imaginable. And me and my
Are you
friend
talking
were
about
taking-
Seventh Heaven?
Yeah, in Conshohocken.
Conchi Ballet?
Conshohocken Ballet.
Yeah.
Where
We were
strippers
taking-
go to die.
R.I.P. Pour
Oh,
one out
R.I.P.
for that place.
Yeah, how about
I
it?
drove by that strip club you guys were talking about not too long ago. That's like a house on a hill.
Oh, that's just enough on 202. And
I
it's
drove
in a
by
house.
it and I was like, shut the fuck
They
up. I
come
never saw
down
it until
the
you guys
stairs.
said it. So funny.
Like next to the stage. And like they come downstairs from a house. I was like, where am I?
I would love if
the
they
living
had
room.
like really shitty like nickname, like their stripper names were like next to the stage it's daddy issues. You know what I mean? Or
No,
like
just be real. Just be
yeah,
real.
yeah. Next to the stage is be real.
Next to the
Yeah.
stage is a Russian chick who's here because she owes money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next
Next
up,
to-
failed 8th grade math.
Next to the
Never recovered.
stage is meth addiction.
And
C-section.
Here
Please don't come
comes
to the stage.
Human traffic.
Yeah.
Wait, guys, she's 9.
Oh wow!
fueling an opiate
Dark.
addiction.
God, that Broadchurch show really got you talking about abusing kids, huh, Jana?
Here
Jesus.
comes Anastasia and her daughter.
Oh, God.
She's dancing for 2. Here comes.
Perfect.
Definitely her
That's the
child will have
Dancing for
citizenship,
2.
but she doesn't.
best. That
Here
is
comes
the best.
Tatiana.
Tatiana. All right, nice. Well, that was another rousing segment of Cute Questions Corner, Jana. Cute Questions Corner, Jana. Cute Questions Corner, cute. All right. So, like we said, if you want to
rough.
give Jana some suggestions, you can hit us up on Instagram at
I
Work
don't take
Perspective.
suggestions.
Or
your
then
suggestions
fuck
to
off.
Justin.
Yeah. If you want to suggest something, go suggest your fucking fuck yourself
Yeah.
because Jana
You
doesn't
ain't
do
cute
it.
as me. You ain't cute as me. You can't ask the cute question. Only I can ask.
Amen to that. Amen to that. So, okay, let's get back to it. So, Sean McGady here, fan of the show, listener of the show, guest of the show. He was big into some spots as a kid. He played some spots, right? And he still plays basketball now. What would you say was your number one sport, Sean? Basketball?
Yeah, basketball was my best. If I tried harder, I probably actually would have been best at track, but I was lazy-ish at track. So
Who isn't?
we'll go basketball.
Well,
I played
basketball must have
baseball,
been
and then
your
as
favorite,
pitchers
right?
were. Yeah, I still play basketball on a team. So like I still try to live my glory days. I do coach a team too. So
Oh,
now that I know I
nice.
can't play as much, I coach and try to give back. And now
Love
a little
that.
12 and 13-year-olds
Oh,
listen to me.
nice.
But
Are they
That's
single? Oh.
Oh.
I don't know. I try not to get
Wow.
into their
Jana,
personal
with those
lives.
bangs, I mean, you could
I'll-
definitely pull it off.
I'll ask them if they know any girls with vaginas that are named better than
the
No,
cocklocker.
don't ask. Please don't ask that.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
think I'd be coaching the team anymore if I asked.
No,
No,
you'd be in
you
a different
wouldn't.
kind of locker.
Yeah.
It's a Catholic school too, so like they aren't supposed to even know about that stuff yet. I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's when they learn about it the most in Catholic schools.
Yeah, it is strange how like Catholic
They be
schools are.
fucking.
I mean, but you're right where they are totally like not doing that, talking about that shit in Catholic school. But Catholic school girls are hooas,
Big who was.
big old hooas. But okay, so you're playing basketball, having fun. Where did you play basketball? Did you play for school?
So I played Township, White Marsh Township, and travel. I was on a travel team for White Marsh. I wanted to play at school, but I went to PW, and we had a lot of 6'7" and 6'9" kids that I, could not compete with. So I never actually played for the school.
Oh, that's a bummer.
It happens, though.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Nice. Yeah, I mean, I was 5'11". They always asked me to go out for basketball, but I was like, sorry guys, not me.
And
But
then you woke up and realized it was all a dream.
it was all a dream. Yep. Used to read Word Up magazine. Okay. Either way, so nice. And then so you did a little baseball too and track, right? So how long did you play baseball for?
I played till I was about 16, 17. Same thing. Did like Township and some travel teams for local teams.
Yeah.
As pitching got really good and started throwing like 95 miles an hour and curveballs, I was like, yeah, I can't do this anymore.
Who the fuck
Nice.
can? Who the fuck can? Dude, I remember that
exactly.
too. When
Like-
I was like,
yeah, this
when you get into like the later high school years, I remember being like a sophomore and be like, bro, this guy's throwing 90 and his curveball has like a 3-foot break. Fucking, what do you want me to do? I just found my dick. What do you want me to do? You know what I mean? Like, this ain't working, you know? So I'm with you. Yeah, baseball for
I
the
retired
birds.
from that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, good call. Good call. So then, all right. So then you did all, you know, sports. You went to Plymouth Whitewash, right? Did the Plymouth Whitewash public school, Whitemarsh public school system all the way through, right?
Yep.
And then Temple, TU.
Yep.
Nice.
Temple, go Owls.
Nice.
Very
Did
nice.
you go Owls? Ooh, ooh. Who did
Yeah.
you, or did you graduate from Temple?
I did. I graduated 2013, lived on campus. As said, you know, I was at the basketball game last night, still a big sports fan. I play Temple football video games still because I'm a football fan, and I have season tickets to Temple football as well.
Nice. Dude,
What
I'll
about
tell you.
Temple girls basketball?
Oh, shout out.
I've maybe seen like one game.
Oh, then you
being
probably
honest.
saw a former guest of the show, friend of the show, the pantsuit goat, Talisa Samano.
I'm just gonna say yes, I did.
She's the head of she's the head of player personnel or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, she's the head of she's the head of player development for Temple women's basketball. Yeah.
That's the word.
She's the head of player development. Yeah, she's awesome. Great episode, which is available now on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Work and Perspectives Podcast. But no, she is, dude, Talisa was great. But either way, so you're doing all sports. When you were at Temple, right? What would you say was like were you already started working by then and was like doing school and working, or did you like start working after you got out of Temple?
So I actually have worked at Brittingham's, which is a bar in Lafayette Hill, since I was about 16.
Okay.
So I started there in high school. I worked there all through Temple. I come home on the weekends, work Friday night shift 5 to 10, and drive back to school. And I worked at Brittingham's after Temple. I still work there part time. So I've always worked for
me and my girlfriend go there a lot.
Yeah, I've probably served you.
You've probably been waited on by Jimmy Sprinkles also.
If From the Boot is like too busy, we go to Bringham's.
Yeah. So I've worked there pretty much half of my life at this point. And so I worked a lot, you know, part through high school, all through college, and after. So
do you know? So Tom lives right by Brittingham's, as you know. Tom, my brother,
Yeah.
who was supposed to be on the show but bailed last minute because he's an asshat. Either way, I'm the better brother. Everybody knows it, and I'm tall, 5'11", no big deal. But either way, his house is right by this place called the Market. You know that place? It's next to Knishes and Dishes.
I was at the Market today.
So went there, and they have like the deli sandwich area, and I got a wrap there the other day where it was turkey, brie, Granny Smith apples, and like a honey mustard spread. And let me fucking tell you, my dick blew the fuck off. All right.
I do that. I love that.
It was so, and they do homemade potato chips. So
they have a lot of the Tate's Bakeries items too at that market.
Who is
so that market's, you know, you're spending like $1 or $2 more than you should, but everything's phenomenal. Matt, you know what's really underrated there? What? They always have frozen Marciano breads.
Ooh, do they
always
really?
Yes. I probably
specialty
always
breads?
Yes, you can get cheesesteak, buffalo chicken cheesesteak, I think, pepperoni, and one other one. Like they just always have them.
Specialty breads I think they're like incredible. Absolutely incredible. The
market's good.
Have you guys, either of you had specialty breads from Marciano's before?
No.
Oh my god!
It's like a Stromboli on crack.
Really?
Okay.
I want one.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah.
They are.
I will go there. I live very close to there. I will go there.
Yeah.
Please get one for me and bring it to the award ceremony.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll show specialty breads.
Just steal it. Steal it for me.
Yeah, we know you're good at that, Justin. Okay. Nice. Okay, so you've been working at Brittingham's. How do you like it there?
You know, as any restaurant, Matt knows that, you know, you have your issues with it. But I mean, I've worked there since I was 16. So obviously they're doing something that. So I tried to quit once, and then they brought me back, and then one GM almost fired me. But then like a new GM came in and was like, "You can stay," or like brought me back. So I've like taken months off here and there, but realistically, I've been there for 16 years straight.
Why did you almost
At
get
this,
fired?
so this one manager, he didn't really like me. He like suspended me for 2 weeks. Like I was down the shore,
Wow.
so it really wasn't like a bad thing. Like it was in August, and I was like, all right, like
What a dummy.
I just get to stay down the shore another week. Like this isn't the end of the world.
Why did he
But
suspend you?
Did you do something or he was just an ass?
he was an ass. He
Yeah,
also
'cause I'm
like
you don't
he,
do anything wrong.
he later fired a girl who was the only African American waitress that we had, and it's like, all right, this doesn't look good, dude. We only had one of them. Like, can't really like.
Yeah.
You fire the only African American girl. He pretty much like fired her for being black. It was kind of depressing.
Ugh.
Yeah.
This
And then
guy
he got fired about
sounds-
2 months.
Yeah.
He got fired
sounds
about
like
2 months after that. So it is what it is. And yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So at this point, I work like maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. Like it's not my full time job, and it is like somebody like Sprinkles, who we've mentioned once or twice. There's people there. It's their full time job. So like I'm working tomorrow night because I picked up for somebody. But like other than that, I'm not like scheduled a lot.
So it must
Which
be
is
like
fine
a
with me.
good like bar that people go to if you're still willing to go back.
Oh, you make
It's
good money.
decent. Like it's fairly like easy, and I've just been there so long. Like instead of going to a bar where I'd have to learn a new system and learn all this other new stuff and where everything is, it's just like convenient. It's also I live right by it, so it's like right up the street from my house.
That's
So there's a lot of reasons why I just stay there, and I kind of have it like fairly easy to if I need a shift covered, I can get out of it pretty well. So a lot of reasons why I just stay.
I like it.
Yeah,
I drink there a lot too, which is nice.
Yeah, and Grams.
Yes, and Grams.
That's
I
where we met.
Almost stopped at Grams last night. I was driving by,
Man.
and then I realized I had to work today.
Yeah, smart. You don't want to go to that place too much. It's crazy. Damn, Tom. I mean, hopefully Tom will be on here and tell the story. But did he tell you about the fight he was in last week? Tom.
No, but please tell.
Yeah, it's my. So from what I was told, my brother Tom, aka Captain Jerkbeard, everybody knows on this show. He was working at Grams. There's this guy in that he thinks was high on meth, but he was on some fucking shit, right? And he was all fucking worked up. And then the dude, like Tom's throwing him out, and the dude swings on Tom, and Tom ducks it, and then gets him in a headlock, and is like fucking working him in a headlock. And then the dude bit him on his rib cage. Yeah, and like, dude, I saw the bite mark, and I was like, what the fuck? And then Tom, got the guy the fuck out of there.
Was he a zombie?
The guy was like legit a whack, I guess. Apparently, I don't know. It was just from what I was told. But that place, dude, fights in that place is like, it's all the time.
Yeah, I was just say the fights in Grams happen a lot, but usually like the bartenders are getting involved.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's usually you break it up, you throw a guy out. Also, too, the regulars are pretty good at policing that place too. Like they don't put up like there's a lot of like, and they're like if there is a fight, a lot of the regulars get your back. You know what I mean? Which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
but then sometimes you gotta throw a regular out and it's fucking awkward, especially if it's I mean, dude, I remember there's this one guy, his name was Martin, and this fucking guy, do you know Martin, Sean? Do you remember him, the Irish guy, Irish Martin?
Yep.
This fucking dude, right? Like, I'll tell you, this fucking guy, like, when he started, could understand him perfect. Every word he said, you could understand. As soon as he started drinking, and this guy would fucking drink, right? Like, he's housing MGDs and fucking kicking back rumple mitts. Like, it's nobody's business. Like, I'm saying, like, this guy probably, like, 10 beers, 12 shots, not even affected. But he's, like, hammered, but he's still good. And he so he's from Ireland, and in Ireland, do you know what they call underwear? They call them knickers, right?
Oh yeah.
So
this is a bad story.
yeah, you know where this is going. So he would be hammered, wasted, drunk, Martin, and then out of nowhere he just shouts, 1, 2, 3, 4, get your knickers on the floor, right? And he shouts it in the bar. And I'm just like, hey, guys, knickers. I'm saying Nick, like Nicholas. Yeah, it was.
Right, because no one calls them knickers here.
No one. I was like, Marty, you got to watch it, bub. I was like, you might just get stabbed. You know? But it was fun. I mean, he was harmless, but I saw him bite a guy in the face one time.
Yes, I love all this biting.
Yeah, it was brutal. There's been so many fights. I remember one time there was this one guy, another Irish guy. His name is Jerry, really good dude. And he's standing there like this, like watching the TV. And there's this other dude who was like, he was another Irish guy, but like I'd never seen him before. And he's like fucking chirping in Jerry's ear, right? And Jerry's just standing there. I'm like, dude, I'm looking at Jerry. I was like, bro, you all right? You want me to get rid of this guy? And he just goes like, he just like shakes his head and then just turns and was like, bam. And smokes the guy, drops him, and then gets on top, and he's like wailing him. And then I had to like jump the bar, and I'm like, "Hey, give me a hand, gang!" And I had to pull him apart, and then just I threw the other guy out because I like Jerry, so But just how it goes in Grams, man. There was one time. I mean, I know I'm going on a tangent, but there was one time, right? Okay. So there's this one couple in there. The couple consisted of a ginger kid who was probably like 22, 23. And then this lady who was in her 40s, who was a little hefty, right? And then, so they're hanging out, this couple. There was also a group of guys, and the one guy was celebrating because he just got out of prison. And they're having a couple drinks because he just got out, So the guy who just got out is like standing there, and the redheaded kid from the couple, he's not like 5'11" like me. He's short. He's like 5'6" or something. So he's got the little man complex. So the jail guy doesn't even say anything to the girl, but the redheaded guy's like, bro, you talking to my girl? And then out of nowhere, the jail guy just fucking bam. And like the jail guy was a pretty big guy. And he fucking drops this redheaded guy, right? And like we see it, me and Tom are both there. We see it, and we both run back and like get in the middle, and like the redheaded guy's kind of out on the floor, and he gets up, and we're like, all right, dude, you got to go to the redheaded guy, because we're like, yeah, we'll get the little guy out of here. You know what I mean? And so we're like getting him out there, and he's like, we're pushing him out, and he's like yelling all this shit like, fuck you, I'll fucking kill, like yelling to the big guy because he just got knocked out, you know what I mean? So he feels like a bitch. So he's like, fuck you, I'll fucking kill you. And we're like dragging this guy out, and he's like holding on to the railings in the bar and shit. And the rest of the bar at this point is like, fuck you, get out, like yelling at the redheaded guy because they're all sick of his shit, right? We get him outside. We're like, all right, dude, you're done. You're fucking out of here. Get out of here, right? And then the dude, the redheaded kid, rips a side view mirror off of a car, right? And so there's a lot of like ex-cops and stuff that come into Grant. Well, not even ex-cops, a lot of cops, off-duty cops.
And current cops.
yeah, current cops, off-duty cops, ex-cops, all come into Graham. So this one guy, we'll just call him Hood. And he's there, and he's like, he's a fucking good dude. Really like this guy. And he's there, and out of nowhere, he just comes up, turns the redhead kid around, puts him down on the car and cuffs him. He's like, I was going to let these guys fucking handle it, but this is destruction of property, and now I fucking have to do something, right? And the redheaded guy's like, get off of me. And then, the cop guy, like super serious, gets real close. He's like, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm going to pistol whip you till the backup gets you. And I was like, fuck, and I want this kid to keep talking. You know what I mean? and then the kid was just like, quiet, right? He gets taken away in handcuffs. Then his hefty girl starts freaking out, right? And I'm going to tell you this, they were in the bar for probably like 7 hours at this point, this couple. And then out of nowhere, the hefty lady's yelling at the cops like, you can't take him away. I'm pregnant. And we were like, you've been drinking for 7 hours. What is going on here? And then she freaked out and ended up taking her away too.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Oh, there's so much wrong with everything that just happened.
And that was just a regular Tuesday night at Grams.
Yeah, right.
Every day.
Yeah, that's just
most Graham stories are probably like that.
You know how many times like I've seen like just like I remember like at the end of the night, like there's this dude like he was so whack, but like I'd go in the bathroom at the end of the night to make sure like everything's done, and there's like lines on the back of the urinal and shit.
Ew.
You know what I mean? Like coke.
It's a classy joint,
Jana.
We got.
Yeah,
okay.
I know what lines are.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, and then but no, yeah. I mean, I love it. It's full of character. There's some fucking
it's entertaining.
There's some character. There's some great nicknames too, like Johnny Bug Eyes, Head on a Stick, Tim the Crook, Tim the Cook, 97. Yeah, there's a ton. There's a ton.
86.
They're all awesome. Norm the accountant. Yeah, there's a ton of good ones. But either way, yeah. And then there's Gary Jackson. No nickname needed. It's just Gary Jackson. And I'll tell you, he's Gary fucking Jackson.
Sounds like a serial killer.
He is. That guy is fucking crazy great. I fucking love this guy. He is the best. But all right. So let's keep it moving. So as well as working at Brittingham's, you also worked at the Bancroft School. What is this?
It's a school in New Jersey. It's actually a school for kids with autism. So I worked there. I worked there for 2.5 years. They're like, it's like a legit thing. Like they have kids who live on campus because they're, kind of too tough to live at home. Like they have group homes throughout this area. Funny story, I graduated college, wanted to get an education field. Customer at Brittingham's, I was working there full time. He was just really nice and said, Sean, what do you want to do with your life? And I said, I want to work at a school. He wrote down his name and number. He was the vice president of the school, and he basically let me come in for an interview and hired me.
That's
so that's how I got hired at the Bancroft School. Yeah,
nice.
That was cool. So when I started there, it was in Cherry Hill. Their Cherry Hill location was it was from 1955. So they were rebuilding a school while right when I started. I think I started in October, and by December the new school was done. And then it was in Mount Laurel. So the new location was in Mount Laurel.
Nice.
So I loved it. It was a great experience. I loved the people I met there. I loved the kids I met there. Nice. Some of them were tough. I have stories of kids throwing stuff and doing other stuff. I might have gotten bit by a kid or two if we're keeping the biting stories going.
Yeah. Damn, that is tough. That's tough work though. You know what I mean? But that's you're doing a good thing. So it's rewarding, but it is tough.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was cool.
Well, okay.
Yeah, awesome.
And then very cool. And then you worked at the Step Up Academy. I mean, let's get it right. Step Up,
dancers?
Step Up to the Streets, Step Up 3, the sequel. I mean, what do we got?
Step Up 2, Electric Boogaloo.
So a Step Up Academy is
all of those?
It was similar to Bancroft, kids with autism.
Okay.
But I still live over this way.
Kids with autism that danced?
Right.
Yes, that was it. It was Dance Up, Step Up Academy with dancing and kids with autism. No, it was just in Jenkintown, so it was much closer. So I found so Matt, I don't know if you know the one waitress from Brittingham's, Christy. Yeah, her son actually has autism and goes to that school. So she kind of hooked me up with that. So she, we were working a shift. She's like, Sean, you got to apply to the school that my son goes to now. So I did, and I got the job. So I worked there for about a year and a half. 2 years. 2 years. I started there literally 2 weeks before COVID. I got hired there, and then COVID happened. It's oh, this is great. Now I get to work with kids online with autism, which was an adventure in itself.
Yeah, how about it? But I don't if I saw Christy, I think I know who you're talking about.
She's loud, skinny, and drinks White Claws. But that doesn't help. You probably have a lot of loud, skinny girls who drink White Claws.
Not in Rock. not in Roxborough.
Yeah, not in Roxborough. That's we say she just never turns off her Roxborough Manioc voice. It's just always up here, yelling.
I think I know what you're talking about. And then, so then after that, you worked at St. Peter the Apostle School last year. You were an 8th grade teacher, right?
Yeah. So after doing the kids with autism thing for, 4+ years between Bancroft and a Step Up Academy, I wanted to try general ed teaching. So I kind of lucked into a job last year at St. Peter the Apostle School. They had an 8th grade teacher who I think they thought was going to survive the end of the year. She was 70 years old, and she was retiring at the end of the year, and they kind of forced her out in mid-October. Wow. So last school year they were scrambling to find a teacher. So I kind of just applied on Indeed. I wasn't even it was if I leave Step Up Academy, I do for something better. So that opportunity came, and I was kind of hired immediately. So I worked at St. Peter the Apostle, which is a Catholic school at 5th and Girard. That was an adventure of a job. It was school was, now I'm teaching kids that are, not autistic, no special needs. But the classroom size kind of was bigger. So when you're working with kids with autism, it's usually 4 adults in a room and 5 to 6 kids. Yeah. Whereas now I'm in a room, I'm the only adult, and there's 22, 24 kids.
Yeah.
And also you could tell these kids had been virtual for most of the better part of the last 2 years. So it was their first real experience back in the classroom. And there was just some things that between me being a new teacher, some other things going on at the school, it was a lot. Like, again, like the experience was good, but it was interesting to say the least. Like, and I was an 8th grade teacher. I didn't realize they did confirmation in 8th grade. So like I start there and they're like, oh, you guys, we have to do confirmation. I'm like, I don't even know like what I'm teaching next week in social studies. So I really don't feel like preparing confirmation. But yeah, so it was fun, but it was a lot. But the experience was cool.
Yeah, nice. All right, cool. And then, so then, man, that, that does have to be rewarding in a way, but that's got to be tough. I remember Pete McCormick, former guest of the show, former co-host and friend of the show, listener to the show. But Party Boy Pete McCormick, his dad went to St. Martin of Tours, and that was, at the time, was the biggest Catholic grade school in the country. And they would have a class with like, 50, 60 kids in one classroom. Right. And it'd be one nun. And there was this one nun that had like a mental breakdown just because the kids went nuts. So they brought in like Sister Mary Harddick in there, and and his dad even told us, they were like, yeah, she fucking fucked some kids up with a paddle, and no one fucked around in her class. You know what I mean? Like, she worked some kids over.
Prison break those kids.
Yeah.
You got to go up to the biggest one, day one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sister Bertha wasn't happening, So then, okay, so now then you're at St. Helena's in Bluebell, and you're doing like 6th grade homeroom, but then you're also do 7th and 8th grade, because like at those ages they want to move them around a little bit, right?
They rotate. Yeah, so now I'm 6th, 7th, and 8th grade I teach. That was another reason St. Peter the Apostle was kind of like a little hectic, because they hadn't like day. That. Yeah, it was the same kids all day. Like, that school was kind of going through some changes. They had it's funny you bring up nuns. They had a nun as their like principal, and she was like, it was her first year, which was another big thing. It's like, I'm a first year teacher in 8th grade, and the nun was new to the school as a principal. And like, my kids all hated her because they had the same principal for the last like 7 years at the school. And then that school was still kind of living like it was like 1980. Like, it was very, like, they just never changed anything. So I was the only 8th grade teacher. I saw the same group of kids all day when I was at St. Peter the Apostle. So now I'm at school that's a little more modern, and they are, I have my homeroom 6th grade, but I teach 7th and 8th grade classes as well. So they rotate. So it's kind of nice, because after like 45 minutes, if it's not going so well, it's like, all right, the bell rings and I get a new set of kids.
Yeah. Get out.
Also, like, I mean, so when I was in Catholic school, there was no male teachers, right? Like, are you the only male teacher at these schools?
So for the most part, yeah. It's really funny. Like, in education in general, I always say it's like one of the few times I can kind of use like reverse like sexism, because I'm like, it's like 10% guys in general. Yeah. So I'm not saying that's why I keep getting jobs, but it definitely helps. It's funny. I think they all say like, no, you're the only like middle school like male we've ever had like apply. And like, most of my kids say like, you're the first male teacher we've had in like 7 or 8 years. So I enjoy it anyway, but like, it is funny. Like, you can tell a lot of the boys, specifically like the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade boys, like, they get a lot of energy out with me, and like, they talk sports with me. Yeah. They want me to come to recess and gym and play sports with them. So like, you can just tell, like,
for them.
Yeah, you can tell that's something that they're not used to. And sometimes I might play too much into it. Like, I should be slightly more like, guys, relax. But more part of me is like, no, I'm gonna like show them up on the football field, or I want to, I think when I was at St. Peter the Apostle,
little bitches.
They had a net at recess that you could lower to like 7.5 feet. And there was this one kid who, he probably was like a good basketball player, but like, he was like, yo, like, let's go. I dunked on him so hard. Like, I did not take it lightly. Like, I just took 2 dribbles and just boom, he fell. Like, I didn't even care like if he was hurt.
Yeah.
And like, all the kids were like, oh, and he's like, well, look at him, he's taller than me. And like,
That's what I say when I'm around Matt.
No, you can't. I'm 5'11", Jana. You can't. You're not 5'11".
I'm closer to 5'11" than you are.
It's not true. But all right. So honestly, if I went to the Catholic school and it was all women teachers, and for the development of young men specifically, that is not good. No. Because women can be fucking catty and like they suck sometimes. Like, you need like and petty, and anything that was like any type of competitiveness or masculinity or any kind of that type of behavior, even like in a good way, was just shit all over and totally cut down. And like they were emotional, like, you know, it sucked not having a guy there to get your back, because and if you were a boy in that school, you were always like the enemy and always wrong, and it sucked. So but
it's good for boys, but it's also good for girls because they get this like positive male role model.
True.
Like, I thought he died.
No, just my phone vibrated and it just fell over. We're good.
No, you're good. So, Jana, you are absolutely right that it is so
because
important.
like someone to look up to besides, you know, hopefully they have a good dad. If not, who knows, whatever. But like,
not everyone's got.
If they do, then they have another one. If they don't, then they have one. But it's like really good to see like a positive male influence as a woman. Speaking
from experience. No, that is great. I completely agree. And it's got to be like. It's got to be fun at times too. Like, teaching can be fun. I had a buddy on the show that said he's like he's been teaching for like he's been teaching since like 2000, like for years. And he told me, he's like, every class there's always like one kid away from being a perfect class. Like sometimes you have like one class where it's like one kid it's one kid away from being like the best class. And there's always that one kid. Would you say that's true?
I would agree with that. I mean, last year I had a couple of kids like that. I would say that the toughest thing actually last year was I had triplets in my class. I had 3 boys who were triplets. So they were just doing stuff that like I couldn't even be mad at, because they're just brothers and they're just goofing off the whole time. Yeah. Like that's what brothers do, and I expect them to do it at home. And like it was really hard to like tell them not. Like, it wasn't even like if they're pushing and shoving, it's like, don't do that to your classmates. It's like, no, like they're literally brothers. Like that's what brothers do. Yeah. Especially 3 brothers at the same age and are gonna, 13, 14 be competitive with dumb stuff. Yeah. And they would get in like sports arguments, and it was just wild.
Was there only one classroom? Why would they keep them together?
When last year it was a small enough school that I was the only 8th grade teacher. Yeah. So that was another thing. I was like, I literally one day I said to like them and their mom, I was like, the best thing for them is gonna be when they go to high school, and like they put them at like separate ends of the building. Yes. So they needed that. Yeah. This year, definitely I understand what you're saying, Matt. And I would say you're not too far off with that. Is like, there's always that one kid that you're just like, why? Like, so nice. But no, overall it is really fun. I really enjoy it. I always joke, like, I don't know if our listeners could tell, but like I try to have fun and be slightly immature, and I think that's why I get along so well with kids. Yeah, we have the same interests and same we want to have fun, and I try to bring that out in my classroom.
No, dude, and it shows. And that, honestly, you're probably every kid in that school's favorite teacher. You know what I mean? So no, that's cool, man. That's really cool. So I will say this, dude. Honestly, was super excited when I could get you on here, and this has been a fucking blast. And I'll tell you, we have a saying on this show is that when it goes by fast, it's good. And this fucking one flew by. So I know me, Jana, and Justin are usually on the same page, but Sean, we would love to have you back on as a guest if you'd be willing to come back on.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. This was so much fun. I had such a good time.
Yeah. This was a blast. So speaking of that, we are coming towards the top of time, Sean. So before we get out of here, is there anything you want to say to the Sean McGady Maniacs before we get out of here?
So I know I mentioned how big of like a Temple sports fan I am. Right. I'll do some self-advertising here. I actually have a Temple sports podcast.
Whoa.
So if anybody
nice.
So I'm in the podcast biz. So if anybody listening and enjoyed this, feel free to check out my podcast as well. It's called I Will Be Back. Play on words there.
Love it.
Love it.
So Twitter handle is owl_be_back.
What's the show on? YouTube, Spotify?
So it's on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I tweet out. I try to do it once a week. I've had some incredible guests. I've gotten some coaches on, players.
I can get you
people who are writing for the
yeah. We should hook you up with
absolutely. Yeah,
I
was gonna say you guys had a Temple person on before. I'd absolutely be interested in that.
Yeah, she's the best.
She's the best.
Had people who cover Temple sports for the Inquirer on. So always,
really
I've done some solo shows, and I will say, and I think jdub, were you drinking a Stella earlier, or am I making that up?
It was Peroni. But you have Kurt Warner's kid on you?
I have not. That is my goal. Kurt Warner did tweet at me. I don't know if that's like a claim to fame or not.
Kurt Warner's son is the quarterback for Temple football.
And they
EJ
have
Warner
3
is
wins,
the
huh?
yeah, they're not that good, but we're trending upwards. We had 2 wins last year, so we're improving.
Hey, nice.
I
So
really believed in Al Golden, yo.
well, so
Yeah, right.
we'll have links to your show in the description of this episode. So anyone listening wants to check out the what is it, Sean?
I'll be back.
I'll Be Back podcast. Links in the description of this. Also, links to Sean's social media stuff will be in the description of this episode. So, highly suggest checking them out, dude. Would love to do a little cross promotional stuff, man. We should
That
do
sounds awesome.
Yeah, we should get a gimmick going where we have like I don't know, we could do like a betting thing or a live watch along or something like that.
I have ventured down the betting road once or twice, so I would not be opposed to that. Like
we should
talk
bet
about
like
some lines for
we
players
should
or
bet
something
like a
that.
we should bet like a punishment bet though. You know what I mean? Like
I'm
if
in.
you
Or
lose,
winner
if you
gets
lose,
an owl.
yeah, loser gets shot
Yes.
by a paintball gun or
Eat
something
an
like
owl.
that. You know what I mean? Like yeah.
I'm in.
Nice. Awesome. So yeah, I'll Be Back podcast. Link will be in the description of this episode for everything. Definitely check it out. Really, really good stuff. But besides that, what else you have to say, Sean? Anything else?
No, just thank you guys so much for having me on. I enjoyed everybody's questions. I enjoyed Matt's intros to all of the questions with the sound effects and the singing. I think that was probably my favorite part. I will definitely have to catch up on my Reddit porn now after this show. I'll have to catch up on finding out if any of my friends steal. I'll be like, hey guys, if like somebody asked you today, like when was the last time you stole? Like, would you be prepared to answer that question? So, I got a lot out of this.
Hang out with some thieves.
Make sure you ask your friends about their underwear and what underwear they wear.
Yes, and if they're going to jail, will they have
or
white
if their
underwear
drums
prepared?
are flat?
Drums are flat. I would say most of my friends are flats, if I'm being honest.
Oh, they sound like assholes to me.
Probably losers.
Yeah. So nice. All right. Well, very good. Thank you for that, Sean. And Janene Mon Bebe, anything you want to say to the Janana Banana fanatics before we get out of here?
Guys, just make sure you don't get your knickers in a bunch. That's all, really.
Yeah. Very nice. Don't get your knickers in a bunch. And anything else, Jana?
See you tonight.
Love it. Very good. And Jalen Dub, Justin Richardson. I was furious at you this entire interview. I've kind of cooled off. Honestly,
probably those bangs.
The bangs didn't help. They did not help.
Oh God, don't do it again.
But no, I wasn't really.
gross.
I could honestly, Justin, I could never really be mad at you. I love you too damn much.
I'm just charming.
You're a charming son of a bitch. You really are. You win people over with that smile and that crooked nose. God damn.
Aww.
But okay.
That deviated septum.
Yep. But anything you want to say to Mozambique and the Mozambique faithful?
Shout out the Lead Core Center. Place is popping, yo. Spent many an hour there, and the Wendy's is like right next door.
Yep.
And just take care of yourselves, behave yourselves, and stay out of trouble.
Behave yourselves. Feel like you do a steal.
Yeah, you're a convicted thief on this show.
I am not convicted.
Or you're an admitted thief on this show.
I'm not convicted.
Yeah, well, you should.
For the most part, look, as long as you you just gotta make it look like you look busy when you're walking out the door. Like normally I put my phone up to my ear and I make it look like I'm doing something. Then if someone's like, "You didn't pay for that," I'd be like, "Oh, it's crazy! I can't believe I didn't do that." And like the bigger the thing you steal, they'll just let you walk right out.
That's true.
Yep. Everyone, go get it. Go get yourself a TV.
Talk. I'm not like. They'll just if it's that big, most people won't question it.
Yeah.
I actually saw that at a Walmart. Someone was walking out with a television and they were like, "Sir." No, they
television. Yeah. So, all right. Well, speaking of stealing televisions, this has been another episode of the Work and Perspectives podcast. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied today by Jalen Dub, Justin Richardson, the Heartstopper, Jana Hehlo, and our guest today is the one and only Sean McGady. In case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Work and Perspectives Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram at Work Perspectives Podcast, and you can join us on the Twitter and the TikTok at Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com, and please like, subscribe so we can keep this party going. Just give us a little L&S, baby. Thanks for listening. Stick around for the ad read. Thanks. See ya. Do you have a message or a story inside of you that you've been waiting to tell? Have you always dreamed of writing a book but are intimidated by the complexities of the book publishing world? Perhaps you want to use a book to launch your public speaking or consulting career. If so, please reach out to Scott and Bell Publishing, located right here in beautiful Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Scott and Bell Publishing handle all genres and authors with all experience levels. Scott and Bell Publishing gives authors 100% creative freedom and a higher royalty split. They can be found at www.skotbell.com. That's www.s as in Sam, K as in Kite, O as in October, T as in Tom, B as in Boy, E as in Edward, L as in Larry, L as in Larry.com. That's Scott and Bell Publishing, where the authors go.